Welcome to Fingering the Page.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Andy. And we're here to talk about the books that touched us.
We're starting with the shifter romance genre because why? Super easy to love.
And hard to hate.
There's not really a will they, won't they.
No, they will. There's no surprises, no, oh, maybe there's a possibility. None whatsoever.
You know exactly what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
And that's why we like
Love
it.
it.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
What you have to remember is that these guys are fated mates. Sometimes they even have their names etched on each other's arms before they've even met. They're just like, oh my God, there it is, Dolores, as written on my forearm.
Yours doesn't have a name.
Oh, it just says shifter. Does yours have a name?
No. Tomas?
Who's Tomas?
We'll find out. This first book is perfect for this upcoming season. If you're a huge fan of White Christmas,
A Muppet Christmas Carol.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Or even the story of Christ himself.
You're gonna love A
A Pegasus for Christmas.
Andy, tell us what this amazing book is about.
Christmas is just another day for Celeste, as the destined protector of magical wards, keeping an unspeakable threat at bay.
Wait. Is it Voldemort?
Worse. Pegasaurus Rex.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Okay.
Listen, keeping an unspeakable threat at bay, she's fated to spend her days in a deserted lighthouse, maintaining the wards and watching out for danger.
Okay, so she's just straight Rapunzeling.
Straight Rapunzeling, dude.
Okay.
They gave her magic, but they're like, you can't get out of this.
You're
You're stuck here.
You're stuck. Does her hair grow? Or is it bowl cut?
No. It straight up grows.
Okay.
Yeah. She's just in a bed of hair by now.
Okay.
And she's not allowed to tell the love of her life about magic, which meant breaking it off 20 years ago.
Oh my God.
That's right, everybody. 20 years.
She's
Nothing.
been Rapunzeling for 20 years.
20 years of Rapunzeling.
Lord.
But now, the wards aren't working anymore. And the creature they're holding back knows it.
So Voldemort's back.
Voldemort is back.
Pegasaurus Rex is back.
Pegasaurus Rex is here for revenge.
Oh no.
As a senior agent of the Shifter Patrol Corps, Pegasus Shifter Pierce Hardwick is dedicated to his job.
Yeah, that's a hard innuendo. That's a hard innuendo.
Big time.
Do you
Wow.
think that the OG version, like take one on that name was hard penis? Pierce hard penis?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel like, okay, so if you guys don't know this, the writer of this book is named Zoe Chant. Zoe Chant is actually just 5 women using that name as a ghostwriter.
Mm-hmm.
I assume they're women. They could be men too. I don't know. But I just know the ones that have admitted to using her name are all women. So I have to imagine they got a little drunk. They're like, Pierce hard penis. Yes, there we go. Do it. Yay.
And then the responsible one was like, we can't have it be that on the nose.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
What else is like long and stringy? Wicks. Wicks.
And then somebody said, how about dick? They're like, no, we already decided, Susan.
Yes.
It's definitely Wick. There's been nothing else for him ever since his fated mate suddenly broke up with him over 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh, so he's also been flying solo for the last 20 years.
Yeah, it's a weird coincidence, right? It's almost
as if
maybe they're fated mates. He's been sitting behind a desk for years now, managing his team.
Just like 20 years behind a desk, just cold, hardened, like smoking a cig, shirtless with his giant pecs.
For sure. Same cup of coffee that's been there for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Says Pierce on it, so in case he forgot his name.
Yeah. And on the back, there's just a giant penis.
Oh, yeah. By the way, whoever drew that penis, you're fired.
I wonder how do you get pecs if you haven't left your desk for 20 years?
Oh, sadness. Mostly sadness. Holding it together there, buddy.
Yeah. No, that's actually why people run marathons.
Yeah, for sure.
The more trauma you have, the more abs you have.
Yeah, you're just trying to get away from it all.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to get away. You're like, we saw Forrest Gump, we know. But now there are reports of unusual earth tremors off a small island, and all of his team are away on Christmas break.
Christmas and the snow's coming down.
Katie, I'm still doing the summary, man.
I just want to sing.
I know, but not now. Listen, there's no choice but to go visit the tiny island town of Portsmouth to investigate. He can deal with the trimmers.
Mhm.
He can deal with the quirky locals who don't know how to mind their own business.
Such a sick dig.
It really is. It's like the whole town just can't.
Can't handle
All
it.
right, wow, Pierce. They're like, no, but where'd you get your last name? What did your family do? He's like, it's none of your business, all right?
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Put your nose in the grindstone and get back to work.
Were they candle makers? I don't know, man. He can deal with his Pegasus need to voice an opinion on everything.
Yes.
But running into his fated mate again, after all these years, it may just be the straw that broke the Pegasus' back. Katie, are you with me on this? Break his back! Break his back! Break his back!
It's
I
like,
don't know.
It's like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith of its time, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. And by the Mr. Smith of the time, it's the same year. The same decade.
Yeah, same decade. Like, I mean, they're two rival agents trying to keep magic a secret, and neither of them know that each other knows.
Right.
It's like they know that they each other.
Yeah.
They both
They both know the thing, but they don't know that the other knows the thing. I actually had a very similar situation in college.
Yeah.
I played for the school's basketball team, as did my girlfriend, but she actually played for it, and I just lied about it. So it's very similar.
Yes.
In that way.
Yes. And then honestly, like, who hasn't been there?
Right.
Right? Because, like, that actually reminds me of a story when me and my twin sister were both on the same cheerleading squad, but we didn't know it because she was in the back and I was in the front, and neither of us had seen the backs of each other's heads before.
That makes sense. Yeah,
So
that's rough. All right, guys, let's get into what we liked and what we didn't like.
In a segment we like to call What We Liked and What We Didn't Like. First up, we loved that he, as in Pierce, gave his entire shifter patrol team the entire week off for Christmas.
Boy boss. Right?
We also liked that there's only one sex scene that is like only a little bit specific.
One and done. Listen, sex is cool, but what about the plot?
Exactly. That's something we say often around here. Check out our new merch. We start the whole novel off with Pierce giving his entire team a week off for Christmas vacation. And you know what? We never go back to church. And for me, that is a problem.
I mean, Jesus is the reason for the season, guys. I got a couple questions, honestly. Is there even a Christmas Eve service? I mean, Harlequin romance novels, which have multiple sex scenes, even have Christmas Eve services. Look at their classics. Santa Claus comes down the chimney for Christmas. A Single Dad for Christmas. Cowman for Christmas.
I loved Cowman for Christmas. Yeah, my biggest question is like, is there a midnight mass in this town? Because for me, Christmas isn't Christmas until I'm almost blacked out in a pew at 12:01 a.m.
I've never been to mass. Is there food afterwards, or do you go home in silence?
Oh, we go home in silence. That's tradition.
Well, listen, there's one other thing that was kind of stuck out to us that we didn't like. It's very small, but it really took us out of the world. Let me just read this excerpt from the book. As the years had gone by, all of Hardwick's other agents had found their mates too. I don't know if that's funny to me. Rowan had found Amelia and her vast collection of rescue animals.
Just say she's a cat lady. Just say she's running a zoo.
Well, it's funny you say that because the name of the book is We Bought
a Zoo.
We Kidnapped a Zoo.
Yeah.
We Animal Napped a Zoo. Bo had found Annie and her talent for baking. Declan had found Callie dressed as an elf working for a mall Santa.
I can't. I have two issues. One, Annie just has a talent for baking. She just has like this hobby she has, and that's what made him fall in love with her. Please.
Insane.
Please. Second, Callie, he falls in love with her because she's dressed as an elf for a mall Santa. And I just can't. There is justice for Callie. Justice for Callie.
Callie needs a little bit more.
We know
there's a whole book about them, all right?
Yeah, we know she's more than just her job.
Yeah, sure.
But Like she's making what, $5-6 an hour?
Sure. Do you want to know the application process for becoming an elf at a mall for a mall Santa?
I imagine it's something like, "Hi, I'd like to be an elf at the mall."
Well, I don't know. Can you wear tights and hang out with kids?
I'd do it anyways.
Well, you're in.
Fantastic. Can I negotiate my salary?
No.
Will you pay me more than $7 an hour?
Well, we're gonna pay you less.
Deal. I just feel like Callie has more to offer than just like picking up random strangers' children and putting them on an old man's lap.
Oh, I agree with you. I mean,
It sounds like she's just like aiding and abetting some type of felony that's happening at this mall.
oh, I mean, totally. And the thing is, like, Annie had a talent for baking. She's not a professional baker.
No.
But I mean, just has a talent for. She's pretty decent at it. Pretty good.
She's giving bare bones. She's offering this guy bare bones, and I don't know.
Also, what's Declan doing hanging out near the mall Santa?
That's the best question.
Yeah.
We'll get back.
He's
to
coming
in
by.
an investigative report that we'll dig up. That's
Also,
it.
I want to say one other thing. This is a world where Santa actually does exist. There's a book where there's a Santa, like in this series, where Santa is a very real person, and yet he has mall Santas masquerading as him
Yeah,
somehow.
I mean, he's overloaded.
That'd be like if there was a mall Andy.
I dare you. I dare you to go hire one. And just get a guy with mutton chops just to sit in like a rolling chair in the middle of the food court. I think it's
I think
grand slam. I think it's how we bring malls back to life.
for sure. This is a segment called What's Shifting On?
This is where we talk about the projects that are really important to us, our passion projects, if you will. It's really important for me to tell female stories.
Representation matters, guys, girls, theys.
There's something that's very lacking in this shifter genre.
And it's ladies who are shifters themselves.
Yes.
We don't see a lot of that in this genre.
No, we don't. Just remember, the future is female.
The future is female.
So we're decided to do something about it.
We're really doing what we can. We're putting finger to keyboard, finger to page, just really knocking it out of the park with our own female shifter books that we've started writing.
And I just want to take a moment, everybody, to acknowledge the work that Andy is doing as an ally. Snaps for Andy. This is really important. It's nice to have male allies. It's good to have male allies, even in the written word.
For sure. I mean, listen, guys. The future's... oh, I'm not wearing the right shirt. Sorry,
We get it. We get it. Without further ado, the title of our upcoming project is called Caught in Her Tractor Beams.
Katie, do you want to summarize it, or should we just summarize it together?
All right. Well, first of all, this is a story about Lenny and Georgina.
Lenny, of course, is the male character. You see him in the bottom right over here. He's...
You can't really see Georgina's face, and that's on purpose.
Yeah. We want you to, allow you to, what's the word? Be part of the character, see yourself as the character, perhaps.
Yes.
She's a strong, independent woman during the Great Depression, and she don't need no man.
No.
She does need farmhands.
She does. She can transform into a tractor,
Mm-hmm.
but just someone still has to ride her. So she needs help.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fields to plow.
A lot of fields.
She can't plow herself.
She
can, but it's not as good.
She needs somebody to pick up the crops after she's done plowing, too. She can't handle all of that, so she has to hire on people.
Enter Lenny.
Lenny is there for her.
Lenny really likes soft things. So as she's like growing all these like soft crops, he's like drawn to it. Plus she has like huge tits, so he loves those.
He loves that. Also, he has dreams of his own, in case you think, is this going to be your normal, flat, male character with no real dimension to himself? It's not.
Mm-mm.
He wants to live off the fat of the land.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to raise rabbits. I know those sound contradictory, because you're like, aren't the rabbits going to destroy the vegetation?
Yes, they will.
But he enjoys the, conflict.
And then when he gets frustrated with them, he will snap their necks. Which we're playing with that.
Yeah.
It is a trait of his. Right now, our ending does have Lenny snapping Georgina's neck as she's
Yes.
mid-transformation.
Right.
We have gotten feedback that it's a little too dark.
It is. One suggestion we proposed was that she's fully tracked or whenever he does this, and so instead he just accidentally breaks off one of her headlights.
Yeah, which it could work, but it doesn't have like the impact
No.
that we like.
No.
So let us know in the comments. Too dark, not dark enough. Like, do we want him to snap all of her bones off?
Yeah.
Could it be that?
Could it be that? Do you want to publish it? How much money would you like to give us? Things like that.
Exactly. Like, should we cast John Malkovich?
Right. Should John Malkovich be in it? If so, who would play the female character?
That's a great question.
Would it be Julia Roberts?
Probably.
Would it be Sarah McLachlan?
Probably not.
No? Okay. Well,
Roberts.
Roberts all the way.
Roberts.
Okay.
Also think, as you're putting your proposal together, if you want to buy this from us, think about how it could play in 7th grade classrooms across the United States.
Right. Does it work as a series of podcasts? Does it work as a live theater play?
Cool.
How would a tractor be on the stage? Would it crush the stage?
Or is it a challenge to whoever the stage director is? Will we be elevating live theater to another level?
Yes, I think so. They did it in Oklahoma. Why not cotton your tractor beams?
Check out our new merch. Just another tote.
Yeah. They did it in Oklahoma.
They did it in Oklahoma.
Well, that'll do it for episode 1 of Figuring the Page.
Thanks for joining. Keep your hands above your covers, guys.
Or don't.
Whatever you want. Until next time, keep reading.